the first place are you going into this again? We are going into it because we refuse to give up. We refuse to hang the towel. We know that yes, we were robbed, but we know that General Museveni and his fellow thieves have never had pressure than like the pressure they got from us. And we know that they don't want us to go there. They've rigged elections since 2021. You all remember what happened in Omoro. You all remember what happened in Kayunga and many other places. They've tried as much as possible to render elections a joke. They've even used their propagandists to discourage Ugandans from elections, to discourage Ugandans from anybody contesting them, saying, those are working with us. Now this is a so-called government trying to discourage people from going to the polls. You know why? Because they know they stand no chance at the polls. And that is why we are taking them to the polls. That is why we are going there. We are going there because we refuse to give up on a dream. Now what dream is that? Why are we even doing it? Why are we risking our lives? Why are our friends in prison but we still go as if everything is okay? Why are our friends being killed but we still going? Why are our friends who are women being raped and men sodomized but we are still going? What is that we are fighting for? We say we want to remove Museveni. And then what? Because some people think we're just a group of angry young people. They think we're just a group of power-hungry people. They think we're just hateful of Museveni. So they ask, we are all tired of the status quo. We're all tired of Museveni. But then what? What next? Friends, I always want to again and again and again reiterate this. So I make it clear that our fight is not just about hating Museveni. Yes, okay, for me, I don't like the guy, honestly. But not everybody hates him. Many people respect him, like I used to do. And it's not just hate for Museveni or wanting him to go. Our struggle, our fight is anchored on thoughts, on imaginations, on dreams, on... You can call them fantasies, but we know these things are not rocket science. We actually know that removing Museveni is not the end in itself. Our agenda is not just to remove Museveni. We keep singing, Olutalo nga luwedde tuliyambala engule tulizimba Uganda empya. When the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. We shall build a new Uganda. Now, I want you to focus on the ending part. We shall build a new Uganda. Because even when we remove Museveni, that's not going to be the end. That is going to be only the beginning. Removing Museveni is just the first step. In fact, that period, and I always tell my brothers, that period for me is the most important one. Building a new Uganda. What does that new Uganda look like? Allow me very briefly to shine a light in that new Uganda. Imagine Museveni falls. Like he can very, very possibly fall next year in a matter of less than half a year. He can fall in January. But when Museveni falls, this is exactly what is going to unfold. It is going to bugenda kuchanga olunaku olulala naye bugenda kuba bukedde forever. A new day is going to come upon Uganda. The first thing, the very, very first thing that we want to breathe is a freedom. That sense of freedom, that sense of relief, that end to gun rule, to military rule. For the first time, we want to subdue the guns like it should be, like it has been written in the law. You're going to see civilian authority where every Ugandan will move feeling like they are the true bosses of their destiny, because it's by the power of their ballot that a dictator has fallen and a new leader has come, and that new leader is accountable to people, and that new leader can also fall if they dare to undermine the people. For the first time, power will be in the hands of the people. The old woman that sells maize on the roadside, the barber working under a tree, the border rider, the professor, the military general will for the first time be equal before and under the law. that is possible, that is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Where Ugandans will not fear to criticize those people in position. Where we are going to see the real meaning of good governance. And good governance is not being led by, a rocket science person, but being led by a person that has full respect and human dignity for the citizens. When Museveni falls, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to experience the real meaning of rule of law. Total end of impunity. That is our dream. That is what we imagine. That is exactly what's going to happen. Where we shall be full human beings. You see, people talk about human rights, but for us it's even different. We are actually fighting for the right to be human beings, to have full human dignity, to have the right to think and imagine like men and women, to have full human rights. That is what we believe. That is what we want to get. We want to return democracy. And that's the agenda for a new Uganda. Now people will ask, okay, will democracy put food on my table? Some people actually don't even know that they don't have the full human rights that they deserve. So maybe that doesn't matter to them. For them, they are hungry. For them, they would rather be in a country that doesn't respect human rights but has functioning hospitals. Because you have even functional dictatorships. Ours is a dictatorship, and it's a failed dictatorship. So yes, much as we promise them good governance, respect for human rights and constitutionalism and democracy and everything, some other man or woman from Bupa Dengo who has never been to court, for them their concern is their health. He has lost his sister, and in a village even once in a while somebody dies just because bagenze mu lutalo lw'okuzaala in the battle of delivery. So in our new Uganda, matters of health are close to our hearts because we have lived this experience and it can be averted. Many of you are living here, but honestly, if you were in Uganda, you would be dead. I have a sister from Minnesota who beat cancer. If she were in Uganda, So we should revert that. It is not rocket science. These things that we are talking about, we are not imagining them. We have had numerous conferences because this problem has been there for a long time. And developing countries have met and they've discussed. Smart people, well-educated people, knowledgeable people have put proposals on tables. And resolutions have been made to just do as simple as raise the health budget to 15%. And you won't see children dying to the tune of 300 like we use in Uganda. 300 children die every day. 20 women die every day giving birth. That shouldn't be the case. What kills them? A broken down healthcare system. We want to fix it by simply raising the budget for our healthcare. I mean, the money that Molago makes out of private patients, that money can be put by government. Instead, it's being given to RDCs, it's being given to ghetto youth to beat whoever does not believe in Museveni. We can fix that. We are going to fix that. We can fix our healthcare system. Ladies and gentlemen, these things I'm talking about are actually true, they're actually practical and achievable in a matter of just months. I mean, all of us, those my age and above, Honorable Senyonyi thought he was teasing us, but he realized in the diaspora, but you all remember that university education used to be free. I went to university for free, courtesy of my head. But now a child from Kasese, no matter how smart they are, they cannot have free university education. They'll tell you Makerere needs money. When you ask Makerere, okay, you're charging students, how much money does the university make? They'll tell you 100 million shillings. So if the government could provide that 100 million shillings to Makerere University, we would once again have free university education for our smart children in Makerere University. But look at this before you even clap. Museveni uses 3 billion shillings every day. Every day. And the days when he even does not know that day has passed because he has blacked out. But that money goes. It would be funny if it wasn't sad. He has a budget of 1 trillion shillings. 1 trillion shillings. Just 10% of that money. Get it off. Give it to Makerere University. No more charging students at campus. Why is that impossible, for God's sake? Just take 50% of that so-called PDM budget. The money that Museveni moves around giving people that we cannot give result for. Put only 50%. 50%, 500 billion. Put it in the education sector and ensure that there's universal tertiary institution across the country. Make all universities free. It is achievable. Why is it so hard? It can only be hard because the person in power does not want smart people. Because the person in power wants people from a certain section to be educated. Because he's practicing, I don't know, but if I was still in the ghetto, I would call it education apartheid. For only the few people. You're not going to find no ghetto child making it to education. You'll hustle, sell your maize, go fish to ensure you take your child through primary and education. Back then, you would think that if a child is committed and, intelligent, they would make it to education and the nation would benefit. Not anymore. We want to bring that back. We are going to bring that back. So just PDM money. And I'm talking about there's lots of other monies that are being wasted. But look at that PDM money alone. If I was in power, that PDM money would not be there. Half to healthcare, half to education. Then you have free university education across the country. You have free healthcare in the country. And there's more money, by the way. So that is doable. I want any professor to come and tell me that doesn't work. These are simple things that the likes of Ibrahim Traore's are doing. And they're helping their countries. These are the things. I know Idi Amin had his problems, but these are the things that people like Idi Amin did. You only need to love your country, as simple as that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not only education and healthcare that are our problem. Some people are farmers, some people are traders, and they would be richer, they would be more successful if the country was functioning, if we had a functioning infrastructure. You all know that once upon a time, there was a railway, a train going to Kasese, going to northern Uganda, going to west. We would have inland flights from Kampala, Fort Portal, Kampala, Arua, Kampala, Kisoro. We don't have that anymore because the infrastructure is dead. Look at our roads. They're not only death traps, but they have strangled our economy completely. Recently, and our First Lady talked about it yesterday, we had Anita Amongo, the chief thief, complaining about our roads. Somebody's asking what happened to our expensive car. But these roads, ladies and gentlemen, can also be fixed. I don't think he wanted to step on too many toes, but if Right Honorable Senyonyi could speak on the corruption, then you'd leave this room very depressed. 10 trillion is lost in corruption every year. 10 trillion shillings. Stolen by the people we know. I want you to go to YouTube and look for a complaint, a sulking by the Inspector General of Government, Betty Kamya, about corruption. And she was very clear about it. She said Uganda has all resources that we need. Challenge is that that money is stolen, not by a lot of people, by a few, a small fraction. Thank you. A small fraction of people. Now imagine, and I sat with my friends and said, how much? Maybe I'll have another microphone in the meantime. Now that money can do just so much. Let me give you this picture. Uganda has a total of 36,000 square kilometers of road network. Even going by these rates, the exaggerated rates, you know, the road building rates in Uganda are way higher than anywhere in the world. No wonder we have the most expensive road in the world. In the world, that Entebbe Express, the most expensive road in the world. Okay, let us go by their budgeting. With that 10 trillion that's lost every year, it is projected that in just a matter of 3 years, if we ensure that that bottomless hole that is taking our money is covered, that money can fix our road network, our entire road network, in 3 years. If there was political will by the leaders that are in charge of a country. So you see, what we want achieved can be achieved. It only takes people that love the country. You know why it's not being fixed? Because that money is needed to bribe the people that no longer support the dictatorship. That money is needed to buy people, to pay them out. Corruption is now a currency in Uganda. It is what is sustaining the regime. So once we end that corruption, yes, it will mean that even me as president, I won't be able to use that corruption to stay in power for countless years, because I'm not even interested. So when we get there, we are going to achieve that. Those things are doable. Those things are very, very doable, ladies and gentlemen. And like Lope said, and I agree with him, it is possible. It is possible to have an inclusive economy where the numbers that are presented to world forums are not only representative of a few people that speak the same language and look like each other. It should be reflecting the entire prosperity of a country, from the north to the south, from the west to the east, everywhere. We need to fight that poverty, but that poverty is fought by just a stroke of a pen. To give back the economy to the people and make it inclusive and ensure that wealth is not restricted to only one group of people. That employment is not restricted to only one group of people. To ensure that people have back the things that used to make them rich. Many of you here were educated on coffee money. But you saw what they did to coffee. Same thing they did to cotton. Same thing they did to tobacco. Same thing they did to vanilla. And now, even the lakes have been taken over. So we want to give back the economy to the people. And we are going to do that. We are going to do that. Our country is rich. And that wealth is going to belong to Ugandans. Today, I was in South Africa. And I was intrigued by a presentation by Honorable Nsamba from Kasanda. Honorable Nsamba comes from Kasanda. You all know Uganda exports gold in large amounts. We export up to $3 billion worth of gold from Uganda. Did you know that? $3 billion worth. $billion, not billion shillings. We sell gold worth $3 billion every year in Uganda. 40% of that gold comes from Kasanda. In Kasanda district, there is no single tarmac road where 40% of $3 billion comes from. I'm not going to talk about their hospitals, their health cares, their health centers. I'm not going to talk about their schools. There's no single tarmac road in Kasanda. Okay? all the places, all the lands where gold was discovered were taken over by the Museveni family exclusively. If it's not Museveni, it's Janet Museveni. If it's not Janet Museveni, it is this alcoholic. If it's not, it is Sodo. If it's not, it is Saleh. That is how it is. Okay? The gold business is for General Museveni's family. And I'm sure you people are informed. You know that recently the biggest deposit of gold was discovered in Uganda, which can transform our country radically. I am glad many of us are still relatively young and are still available there. Museveni will not take that money. That money belongs to people of Uganda. And these are things that I want you to teach everybody. These are conversations that I want to request you to have even when you're catching a drink, so that Ugandans, wherever they know that they are rich. Friends, we are rich. We are wealthy. All we have to do is to go and fight for that, our wealth, and get it back, and ensure that it does not go to individuals, but it goes to benefit our posterity. We cannot claim we don't know how to do that. So basically, the dream for our country is endless. I've not talked about our oil. I've not talked about the human resource that we are. The youngest population, the most enterprising population, scattered all over the world, having gained the skills and knowledge and connections. Just imagine what we can do to our country. Just imagine once Museveni is falling down and you see planes jetting in from the US, jetting in from Europe, jetting in from Canada, from Arab countries, going back home. Just imagine how we can turn that country upside down. I want us to have that faith. I want us to be dreaming of that every day. Every day. And it's possible and it's going to be done. Honorable Senyonya said it, and I agree 100%. It is possible. It has been done before. We've seen it before. It's not rocket science. We're not reinventing the wheel. We are just polishing it off, removing the thieves, and of course, confiscating whatever they stole. Now, that's a dream. That's an imagination that I think about when I'm lying on my bed and I both smile and cry. The imagination that all of us are looking at and say, man, I have to get to that in Uganda. But how do we get there? It's very important. Maybe that's part of the reason why we meet. That's why we must burn the midnight candle. In my own view, there are different ways. But in my view, there are two main ways. One, by violence, by force, by fire, and by democracy. Yes, I know when you talk about the easy way, many people clap. Clap, clap, clap. Those who believe in violence, clap. It's okay. It's okay. But I will disappoint you that we chose not to take the violent way. And I talked about in Canada. I told them we can choose to pick guns and beat the hell out of these idiots. We can. We are young. We are strong. We are more exposed. We have nothing to lose apart from our chains. We are smarter than those guys. Okay? Some of us come from areas that are strategically located. When Museveni was fighting, he came to our home. He came to our homes. It's our fathers and mothers that were taking him across. For us, that's where we fetch water. We know where the river is. We know. So we can choose to use violence because that's the easy way. But to choose not. Why? Because violence will only perpetuate violence. Violence has its own problems. It will give us a sense of entitlement. Now what are you saying to me when I lost my friend fighting? I mean, it is this gun that gave me this power, not you, the people. So I owe it to this gun. And so on and so forth. That is why we chose not to go violent. When you go violent, I mean, Echagulanyi will come to you and say, I liberated you. Sabalwanyi, and all that. So we come to you to tell you that, friends, this is not about any of us. Not the one leading us at that particular time. Not the members. It is everybody. Number one, it is moral that we can speak about it publicly, even with foreigners, and they will respect us. It is decent because that's an acceptable way. And also, very importantly, it does not empower one person or one group. It empowers the population. And once and for all, it defeats the guns and empowers the people. So that's why we chose to go the long way. It is painful, it is annoying, it is frustrating, but it works. And when it works permanently. We chose to go that way because we want to do it painfully, but finally, for ourselves and for the generations to come. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, we choose to go democratic. General Museveni has spent the last 40 years stockpiling weapons, all our taxpayers' money buying weapons and readying himself for his fellow violent people. No wonder he has been able to subdue those that took him on in a language that he understands best, violent. No wonder he prides himself to be the master of violence. Until God inspired us to go a different way that he has no chance in. He cannot come here and debate me out. He cannot say I am lying. No. He cannot say he's not a corrupt person or a chief priest of corruption. He cannot say he is outdated. He cannot challenge us in that way. And also God brought a situation that majority of the people of Uganda now clearly want change. They're not even his generation. So he stands no chance. That's why we decided to use our biggest weapon. And we happen to find ourselves in a situation that our weapon is the moral weapon. Our weapon is where the law sides. Our weapon is what is acceptable by history. Our weapon is what is acceptable by the people and by God. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is our major justification of taking on General Museveni in the protest vote of 2026. And that is the reason why we come to you to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that we are going to the polls. For me, who you see here, I am glad and proud to inform you that I've already been endorsed by the National Unity Platform. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, kino kanchibagambe mu Luganda nze bampadde dda kaadi. Yenza alina kaadi. I've already been endorsed by the National Unity Platform. And the guy you see before you is leading the charge to take on Museveni and defeat him at the polls. So I'm here to charge you, ladies and gentlemen, to come along with us, to trust us again, to bless us again, to endorse us again, and to go with us to war again in any way that you can. Some of you are coming with us physically. Others are coming us spiritually through prayer. And many of you are coming with us financially through your pocket. Whichever way you come with us. As a matter of fact, very many of you are coming with us ideologically through your ideas. Please come with us. Please support us. Please guide us. Please criticize us with love wherever and whenever you can. Let us go to this war together. Taylor, support us, man. Criticize us, but with love, with progressiveness. Don't just break us down. We are learning on the job. Me, I'm a Rasta. I didn't know these things. I come in because I'm only passionate. Because I know I qualify just as much as Milton qualifies. Just as much as Senyonyi qualifies. So, support us. Don't just water us down. There's so much to criticize about us. Friends, there's so much to criticize about me. I've not even mastered how to walk like a gentleman. So if you're looking for our weaknesses, we have many. We are not perfect people. I've never presented myself as a perfect man. Maybe if you mean perfect man is a person that falls and refuses to remain down and walks, maybe that. But support us, embrace us, give us energy, give us confidence. Let's go into this fight together. That we need from you, brothers and sisters. For us, we can only promise not to give up. We can only promise to continue going in. We're going into this election. I'm not going alone. We're not intending just to change the president. We want to change right from down. Like I said earlier on, we say when the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. Wearing the victor's crown is not the first step. It's not the last step. That's just the first step. We shall go on to build a new Uganda. That is why we are trying to find leaders. I always like to say, find a Chagulanyi at every level. We're trying to find the Chagulanyis as councillors, Chagulanyis as mayors, Chagulanyis as... And it's possible. We found a Chagulanyi who went to parliament only that he has better English. You have seen what he has done to people. Am I lying? So we are trying to find those leaders at all levels. And this is our opportunity to do it. So support us to have leaders at all levels. We vote for them, we win together, and we uproot Musevenism. We are not only fighting Museveni, we are also fighting Musevenism. Me, I am taking on Museveni. Everybody else, the Musevenism. And together we uproot it, and Uganda will change permanently. So ladies and gentlemen, that is our main agenda. We want to build a new Uganda. Finally, I want to talk about your role. I know our children are already here and I don't want to take so much of their time. But why then do I come to you? I could have written you emails. We could have sent people. We could have even ignored the diaspora altogether because the fight is in Uganda. Very few of you are flying back to Uganda to vote. Why then do we come to you? We come to you because you are very important Ugandans. You people influence so much in Uganda. And historically, all liberation efforts have been moved by those in the diaspora. You do so much. And among the things I request of you, comrades, I request for your attention. I know 2021 was a heartbreak. It was a disappointment. That's what Museveni wanted. Please keep your hope alive. Please don't stay down. Don't stay down. Let us fight on. I always give this analogy as a boxer. I know that you might be fighting in the ring with the son of the owner of the club. And even when you beat him, they'll declare him winner and give him the belt. And the following year, he's going to be swagging around and claiming he is the champion. And you'll be there. And you'll say, who else want to fight me? You know you beat him last time. Are you going to leave it and say, let him just go? No, you're going to go back. This time you want to knock him down so that instead of raising his hand, they will raise the leg and declare him winner. So that is what we are going for because we refuse to give up. All was not lost in 2021 because we managed to strip Museveni of the legitimacy that he was using to lie to the whole world. We also were able to get out of so much hardship, to get some of our leaders there, leaders like Honorable Senyonyi here and many others who have continued to keep our hope burning. Let us do it this time and do it even more massively. So we request for your attention. Be present in these matters. Please don't leave it to us. Be present. Be engaged. Be angry. Be anxious. We request for your attention and we also ask you to gun up the attention of the world because democracy dies in the dark. We die in the dark. The attention that you gave when I was abducted in Arua kept me alive. So I request that that attention keeps alive and burning. I want to request also your involvement. Please be involved in any way that you can. Please, please, please be involved. Support us in any way possible. Does not have to be just financially, but those that can, you know that there's every effort to impoverish us back at home. You've been following. And we are not supported by any government. Museveni's regime wants to present us as agents of the West, as foreign agents. Maybe because he thinks all Ugandans that leave the country have become foreigners. So please support us wherever and whenever you come. We need ideas from you. I'm so thankful to comrades like Dr. Milton Alimadi here and many of you here who keep sharing ideas. Those ideas are very, very, very helpful. For us, many of us are learning on the job. And I like it when I stand confidently and communicate that, yes, in many times the credit comes to me and I enjoy it while it lasts. But the real truth, it is geniuses like these that share their knowledge, which knowledge we in turn break down and send out to people. So share your ideas with us. Sharpen us, and we shall not let you down. Also, pray for us. Pray for us. Prayer works. Pray for us. Please. Jaja Maria, mutusabire bannange. Tuli mu kulwanagana n'omusajja omutemu. We are fighting with killers. We are fighting with murderers. Desperate people. They have no future. Their future is already behind them. So they are dangerous. They are scared to the teeth. They come to us with all manner of weapons. We only go with the grace of God. And somehow we come back alive and well. So please don't stop praying for us. We need it, and we need it so, so much. Of course we need finances. Sometimes it makes me shy to even ask for financial support from you because you're already doing too much. But whenever and wherever you can, please support us. Support the efforts back home. And then there's this other request that I want to request of you, comrades. Many of you are very good organizers, even remotely. Organize, help us organize. Help us. I was in Canada and I was speaking to some comrades, and I told them that when I was arrested in Lubuka, some of the people that organized those protests were being coordinated from the diaspora. So support and organize and coordinate from wherever you are. This is war. This is war. This is not the war of 1980. This war is even computerized. Mubereje mbera yona munyigama pesa eribijja kwekola. And finally, I want to ask you, comrades, to unite. There's so much that divides us. So much. Tribe alone can't divide us because that's what is being drummed down our ears back home. Tribalism has been a very big tool to keep us where we are. Let us work together to break it down, to demystify religious chauvinism, even classism. So I request of you, comrades, unite, at least in purpose. Some of you will never be friends. Actually, even me, there are some people that I don't really like very much. But we need each other so much that we must stand together. And somehow we might even end up liking each other. Who knows? Yeah. So let us unite, knowing that the purpose is bigger than any of us. Please. Part of the challenges I find in the diaspora is always having to mend relationships, always having to unite people, always having. It takes a lot of our time. It derails us a lot. Even when I come here for a month, it will not be enough for us to do the work that we must do. So some of you, some of those things I request that You show leadership, comrades. Unite, unite, unite. You're all here because it's messed up back home. And when it's better, we're all going to enjoy our country. Whenever you can, act, take part, show up and be counted. Those protests that you take part in, you are in America, you can never know how important they are to us. But I want to show you the importance of these protests. Museveni, when the pipeline was halted by the EU Parliament, he organized our children and got them from schools to go and protest on his behalf. Because he knows that they work. He knows that the world over listens to people. So please don't stop those protests. Ignite them again and again and again and again. The image of you holding Eddie Mutwe's picture on a protest, or Achirewo's picture, or Bobi Wine's picture, saves him from a castration. It saves them more days of torture. Somebody is undergoing torture, and those oppressors see that, say, and then they survive. So don't stop. These criminals work on pressure. Pressure them whenever and wherever you are. Please pressure them. Very finally, friends, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Please, don't lose hope. When you get disappointed, go to your house, cry, quarrel, do whatever you are doing. But again, wipe your tears. Rise up and move forward. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, please. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope in us. Sometimes we're disappointing. Sometimes we do things not the way we're supposed to do them. Please don't lose hope in us. Don't lose faith in us. Guide us. Criticize us where necessary. But do it in a motivating way. Because in very many ways, we depend on you. We depend on your courage. We depend on your words of wisdom. We depend on your support. So don't stop it. Every time we see you supporting us, even when I'm not feeling all right, I will get up and say, shh. So please don't give up on us, ladies and gentlemen. Keep the hope alive. Keep going. We are going to be free. You are going to come back to Uganda. You're going to see freedom in your lifetime. And if we don't pressure him enough and he dies, you will see Museveni in the dock answering for the criminalities he has done to Ugandans. We are going to be free. We are going to have a better country. You are going to come back home. You are going to bring your girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your children. We shall sing. We shall praise the Almighty God. We shall be in a free Uganda. Thank you very much for listening to me, ladies and gentlemen.
Judgment to the bandit to kill our people. So I don't put a judgment on them all. Why do you think you're the first and last to abuse rights? Nothing to fear but fear itself. Alright.
Georgia Lagrange, married man, 3 kids, and I hope to have more. But I love kids. I think it is important for us as a generation, as a little bit grown up, not there yet, but I'm getting there, to invest in young ones, whatever opportunity you have. Because when you get to see them learning things, today we are going through the poem, and we tried, and some weren't really clicking. And then I told them the story behind each name. Akleo Chuvumbi, Eddie Mutwe, are these brothers? They ask. I say, no, they're not brothers, but they are brothers and with the what? With the country, okay? In this struggle. So please, parents, always communicate too. When we know that there are some more kids coming, we can create space, but also create more content. People power, our power.
People power, our power. Yes, my name is Nsubuga Arnold. Eryo temulimanyi. I'm called Mr. Amazing. Admin Nuwa Mutwe. Well, I'm the secretary for the youth, and these are the kids. Like you've been told, we are the biggest constituency. We should fill up this stage, but we are few here. Abazadde temuzina abaana mu convention. Not only here, they shouldn't just participate here. Ne mu protest mubaleete babeera batono. This struggle is for the youth. Let us give it up for these young girls and boys. Yes, quickly, I'm just going to give a simple speech. Fellow Ugandans here today, those back home, around the world, enough is enough. For nearly 4 decades, we have been ruled by a regime that has stolen our future, crushed our dreams and betrayed our people. The NRM government has turned our nation into a playground for the corrupt, a system where a few grow fat while the rest of us struggle to feed our families, to educate our children, and to access the most basic health care. Our hospitals are broken, understaffed, and under-equipped. And yet, when their own families fall sick, comrades, these officials flee to Nairobi, to India, to Europe, because even they know they have destroyed the system meant to serve us, not them. We are tired of being told to wait. We are tired of broken promises and recycled lies. Uganda is not poor. It is poorly governed. Do we agree? Our resources are looted, our voices are silenced, and our hopes are buried under decades of dictatorship. But hear this, comrades, we are not helpless. We are not defeated. We are the majority. And now, more than ever, we must stand up and say, what do we say? No, the theme of the convention is be the change you desire. We say, be the change you desire. We will be the change we desire. All right? It will come from us. The mothers, the youth, the farmers, the Boda Boda raiders back home, the nurses, the teachers, the workers. All of us together. It's going to take all of us. And that change has a name. What is the name of the change, comrades? What is the name of the change? No, the name of the change is the National Unity Platform. That change has a face. What is the face of the change? His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu is the face of the change. A man of the soil, a man who knows our struggle, who has walked our roads and who speaks our language from the ghetto. He's an inspiration. Mr. President, you are an inspiration. The language of the people is the one that you speak, the one we understand. He is courageous. He is committed. And he stands with us. What do? We stand with him. President Kyagulanyi, we stand with you. Ladies and gentlemen, let us not waste this moment. This is the time. Let us not sell our votes for empty promises like before. Cheap money, sugar, soap. Abantu Uganda, mwalabi aba NRM, babawa abantu 10,000 Warachi. Can you imagine? This is the time we must vote for our future. We must vote for dignity. We must vote ourselves to see the country we love, Uganda, become, the beloved country that we all love, the one that we all would dream about. Uganda, the pearl of Africa. Stand tall, Ugandans. Be bold, be united. Be the change you desire. People power, our power. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amazing. Amazing speech from you. Thank you so much. Well, allow me, Mr. President, ask you to give these people an opportunity to take a photo with them. Yes, thank you. DJ.